Hi, and welcome to the course. We're going to learn HTML and CSS in 1 hour and build a real portfolio website. So in this course, we are going to build a beautiful, responsive portfolio site completely from scratch using just HTML and CSS. And we're going to do it all inside your browser with zero setup required. Now, each module is designed to be short, focused, and hands-on. At the top of each lesson, you're going to find a video just like this, an overview of the module on the right-hand side, and the full written walkthrough just below. And if you get stuck or want to dive deeper into anything that I mentioned, like how a certain tag works, for instance, we've linked extra learning resources. And of course, you can always ask a mentor. It's your AI assistant, so use him as much as you like. Okay, then let's get started with module 1. So this first module is all about getting you set up and comfortable. You don't need to install anything to follow along. We made it super easy. Just need to open up your online HTML editor within the Hackr.io user area. So I'm going to head over there right now. So here I am logged in to my user area at app.hackr.io, and I am at the HTML editor, which you can find using the nav bar on the left. Click on HTML and you will load this up. And this is where I will be writing and previewing all my code in the course, so you can do the same. You'll be able to write HTML in this tab and CSS in this tab and do it side by side. You can see your changes update live. And so I click run code. This is the output in our output here. And you can also save your files to your account and come back later. And that's easy. You can use the toggle menu here, click save as, choose a name. I could choose this test, for instance, click save, project saved. And then if I want to view my saved projects, I can click on the save projects tab here, click on HTML, and there is my test project. I can then reload it by clicking on it. It's really simple to track all of your code and all of your projects that way. Now, while we're in the editor, let's do a quick tour of how this works. So I've already shown you the run code button will show the output here. If you want to clear the output, you can simply click the clear output button and it will wipe it away if you want to have it fresh. Now, what else? We've got our HTML tab and our CSS tab. This is automatically wired into this tab, and you can add your CSS styles in here and your HTML code within here. Now we've got some extra options here. We have got the toggle menu. So I can click on open project, and within this, it will then show test HTML, which we saw, and I can click on that and load that. I can also save any changes. I could save as if I want to create a new file. I could rename this by changing the name of the project. I can also delete it if I want to wipe this project and start all over. Now, what else have we got here? We've got maximize. What will this do? Well, this makes the editor here full size, and we can also close the nav bar and make it even bigger. If we want to really focus on our code and move the output away, we can use the maximize option. We can also minimize and come back. Now, if you just hop over here, you can see there's also a maximize button for the output. So I can maximize the size of the output and minimize again. So for instance, I run this code, I can then make the web page that big, and I can go back if I wanted to. Now, what are the options we've got here? Toggling theme. Maybe for a dark layout. If I change this, we switch to the dark layout. Equally, I could go back to light. And then we've got a layout toggle as well. So this is currently side by side. Maybe you prefer it to be stacked vertically, and you could do that by toggling the layout very simply. And then finally, we've got this option here to change the font size of your editor. So it's currently defaulting to 18 pixels. If you wanted it bigger, you could do that. If you wanted it smaller, you could do the same. Equally, choose whatever makes sense for you. But that is the tour of the HTML editor. And as you can see, it is fully featured, ready to use, and it is available to everyone who's got an account at Hackr.io, which you will obviously have if you are taking this course. And I would encourage you to use that to do everything within this course. So why use the online editor? I've already mentioned a bunch of things, but essentially you don't have to worry about setting up local files. You can stay focused on writing HTML and CSS right away, and you'll be able to build your portfolio page without having to leave the learning platform. So it keeps it nice and simple. Now, if you need any help understanding any HTML or CSS concept, like how tags work, how to fix something that's broken, or maybe you just want more feedback on your code, we've also got Mentor built into the platform. So I go to the nav bar, you can see we've got Mentor here. I could go to a new chat, and this would open up the Mentor window. And here you can see Mentor is now talking to me. Now, Mentor is a fully featured AI assistant that's available for you. It's available 24/7, like all AI, and it is fantastically helpful for any questions you have. You could type out your questions here. You could also use the microphone if you want to record and actually speak directly to Mentor. You could also unmute and you can listen to Mentor speak to you. So if you prefer a voice interaction, you can talk and it will talk in both directions, or you can use a text interaction and that will work perfectly. So I highly encourage you to use Mentor whenever you're doing this course, if there are any extra questions that you have or you want to go deeper into any of the topics. So let's now talk workflow. Here's how I recommend following this course. So obviously open your lesson and also have maybe the HTML editor in another tab so you can work with them side by side. And type the code you see in each module yourself. Don't just copy and paste. This is really important. Getting the code in your fingertips is how you learn. So copying and pasting isn't a great idea if you're a beginner. Also, tweak the code and try your own variations, see what happens. This is a great way to reinforce learning, and save your files to save projects you can revisit and improve them later. And I think these hands-on steps will help everything stick. Now, here are a few final best practice I'd recommend. Again, always type the code manually. This will build muscle memory, which I think is essential. Break things on purpose. Sounds strange, but breaking them on purpose and fixing them will help you learn even more. And also, use the quizzes at the end of each module. These are here to test your knowledge and reinforce that you really understand what it is that we just did. So I'd highly encourage taking these quizzes. Okay, you're all set up and ready to start building your very first HTML page. So we can head over to module 2, where we'll write our own real HTML document from scratch. And I'll see you there.